Good morning and welcome to today's Verse of the Day podcast presented by Public House Media. Today's Verse of the Day comes from Proverbs 13, verse 20. He who walks with the wise grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. Now, obviously, if you haven't figured out by now, today's episode is going to be just a little different. I had initially posted on the Verse of the Day Facebook page this morning that there wasn't going to be a show due to illness. I wasn't feeling the best this morning, and then just through different variations of events, I've been able to feel a little bit better now, but at the same time, now I am actually doing this episode in the car, so I apologize if it sounds a little bit different. I wanted to show the level of commitment to you all that you have been showing to me as well, too, so as they say, never miss a Monday. I say never miss a verse of the day, so I am going to do this while we're here in the car, so pardon me if the audio is a little bit different or if it just sounds a little bit different. But here we go. Let's roll with the verse of the day today. Once again, Proverbs 13, verse 20. He who walks with the wise grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. So I want you to think today, who would you say is the wisest person you know? Is it a family member, a leader, politician, someone at your church? I think we all know a couple of people that if someone says, who's the wisest, who's the smartest person you know, you'd be able to think of somebody usually pretty quickly. For me, if someone were to ask me this question, there's three people that come to my mind. I would say my grandfather, my boss, and my pastor at my church. Now, all three are very wise in totally different areas. My grandpa is really smart when it comes to overall life experiences and just how to be a good person, a good guy, a good man overall, a good husband, a good father. My boss is really wise when it comes to what it takes to be a smart businessman. He obviously also is very talented in many other areas as well too, but when it comes to being wise and making sound business decisions, he is the guy to go to when it comes to getting information about that. And then, of course, my pastor he would tell you that he is a big student. He continues to want to be more of a student as he continues on, even though he's going for his doctorate right now, so he's trying to continue to get even wiser. He's a huge, huge resource when it comes to learning more about faith and religion as well, too. And obviously, the previous things I've also mentioned, is a very sound, very smart, very wise individual. I think it's important for us to remember that just because somebody has power or fame or wealth doesn't make them wise or a good person to follow. I think people nowadays, especially on social media, love following people that are famous because, they're so smart and they care so much. I don't necessarily always believe that to be the truth, honestly, and I feel bad saying that at times, but I think our society is trending in a different way, unfortunately, and you've probably noticed this as well, too, that people love doing as little as possible, but expect the most massive return that they can. That doesn't make sense, right? When you think about that, we want to do the least amount of work and receive the most return possible. I feel like that's why so many people still play the lottery or go to Vegas and try to get rich quick, is because they're just trying to just have one event, one moment that they can just hit it all quick and then be on their way and be set and not have to worry about working or doing something that would require them to spend a lot of time and effort pouring into something. We're lazy, aren't we? I think that makes us incredibly lazy, and I don't even have a problem saying that because I'm guilty of that, and I know we all are. At some point or another, we all get very lazy and just want life to happen. Now, does that make you a bad person? No, I don't think so at all. I feel like, obviously, yes, we would like to. Sometimes it would just be really great if the kitchen would just clean itself, or it would be really great if somebody came to find you to offer you a job. But obviously, you have to be able to step outside your comfort zone as well, too, at times, to be able to achieve what you're trying to chase in your life. So, as we move forward, though, looking at this verse in Proverbs, my question to you, aside from the two I've already asked, is, are you hungry to learn still? See, we all have specific areas that we love to learn in. For me, I love learning as much as I can about the sports world, about just general history, especially U.S. history. I'm a big sucker about ancient codes, ancient languages, and I love learning about religion as well too. I can learn and talk and read and dive into those areas for numerous hours, even when it comes to podcasting as well too. I think we all have our specific areas that we would consider. If somebody offered us a job or said, "Hey, I want you to spend 20 hours just pouring into this," that we'd be like, "That's all." I'd be happy to do that. So, that same way, how do we learn best? I still think that reading out of a physical book or a physical document makes a huge difference as opposed to reading it on a computer screen or on our phone. And then that kind of flips to the other side that correlates to learning about our faith. When's the last time that you picked up your Bible? When's the last time that if you're Catholic, when's the last time you picked up your catechism? When's the last time overall that you took time to learn and hear more about God in your life? Now, there are some pretty wise guys and gals in the Bible. Of course, when you talk about ultimate knowledge, the first person that many people come right to is Solomon, of course. I also would like to think that a guy like Joseph in the Old Testament was very smart and very knowledgeable as well, too. He helped pull Egypt out of famine and really was a wise ambassador and aide to Pharaoh at that time in his life. What about on the lady's side? I think Ruth, Esther, Deborah, all exceptionally brilliant women that made massive impacts that had ripple effects all throughout the course of history, not just during their small period of time that we hear about them in the Bible. Similar to these stories and people in the Bible, we need to ask ourselves a very important question. Are we surrounding ourselves with wise people? I don't think it's any sort of coincidence that after we graduate high school and graduate college, that a lot of the quote-unquote friends that we had kind of drift away, right? As you begin going through life and you get married and you start establishing yourself at work and your church or whatever else you might be going into. And maybe this is just me, but I don't talk to anybody that I went to high school with, and even the people in college that I knew that I thought I was very close with, I don't even talk to a vast majority of them anymore. That's not because I don't care about them or have a desire to, they didn't do anything to hurt me. It's more so that as you go through your life, you find that you have people come in and out of your life for specific purposes at that specific time. And everybody sheds a different part of wisdom to you as you go about your life. So, how are you focusing in on the people that surround you right now? Who is with you? Who are your friends? Do you have friends that care about you and are building you up and helping you become a wiser person, a wiser father, a wiser sibling, a wiser Christian? Something to look at, something to reflect upon. As we get ready to go, I want you to reflect on these last few things. I think it's important for us to not waste all of our time on earth just trying to learn. We need to apply what we are learning, because if we never apply what we learn, why are we wasting time learning in the first place? I'll say that one more time. Don't waste all of your time on this earth just trying to learn. You need to apply it, because if we never apply what we learn, why are we wasting time learning in the first place? I encourage you to get out and do something today. I encourage you to live. I encourage you to learn. I encourage you to apply. God has provided so many incredible things for us to be able to just invest in and just pour our minds and bodies and souls into, but at some point, when are you going to start applying what you are learning? And it's okay to try to apply one thing and then go back and learn and try to apply another thing, because like I said, if you spend your entire time on this earth just trying to learn, you're not doing anyone any good. So take time to start mapping out how you can do good and do something for God today, and find people that are not only active but are wise and can mentor and come alongside you. Stay faithful, my friends. God bless you. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for hopefully a more traditional version of the Verse of the Day podcast. Thanks for listening. This has been Verse of the Day on Public House Media. We'll see you back here again at 5 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning. Have a great day.